Hi guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriorstrade have once again found themselves at the center of major NBA buzz. And this time, the update that has just come in is leaving fans absolutely stunned. Whenever breaking news involving the Warriors drops, the league reacts because this is a team that has defined an era of basketball. A team that is still fighting to stay relevant in the championship conversation, and a team with a kind of star power that can swing the balance of the league. Today's shocking development is sending waves through NBA circles. And it's time to break down exactly what this means for Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, and the rest of this Golden State roster. Their Warriors for years have been both admired and hated for how they transform the game of basketball. From their dynasty years with Kevin Durant to their recent ups and downs trying to reclaim their throne, Golden State has always been under the spotlight. But this latest update from the NBA doesn't just impact their current season. It could have ripple effects on the entire organization moving forward. Sources close to the situation have described it as both surprising and potentially game-changing, and when news like that comes from the NBA, and you know it has to be taken seriously. The report involves not just what's happening on the floor but also how the league views the Warriors going forward. We're talking about possible implications regarding officiating, scheduling, and even long-term plans around how Golden State operates. It's rare that a single piece of news can touch on so many different aspects of a franchise, but that's exactly what makes this update so shocking. For fans who have followed this team, this is more than just another storyline. This is the Warriors being forced to deal with an NBA directive or situation that could shake up their rhythm, and the reactions have been pouring in from analysts, insiders, and of course, the fans themselves. Many didn't see this coming, and even the players reportedly were caught off guard when the NBA delivered this update. Let's talk about the team's current state first, because context is everything. Stephen Curry is still playing at an incredibly high level, continuing to be the heartbeat of the franchise. His shooting remains unmatched, his leadership unquestioned. But at the same time, Curry is in the latter stages of his prime, and the Warriors front office knows that their championship window won't stay open forever. Draymond Green, the emotional leader and defensive anchor, has dealt with suspensions and controversies, but he remains vital to how this team plays. Klay Thompson, while still a fan favorite, has had ups and downs since returning from major injuries, and his future with the team has become one of the biggest question marks looming over Golden State. Then there's Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, and a bench full of young talent that has shown flashes of brilliance, but also inconsistency. Now, into this mix comes the NBA's shocking update. While not all of the details have been made public, what is being reported suggests that the league has made a determination that will directly affect how the Warriors move forward. From what insiders are saying, this involves not only the team's immediate schedule and outlook, but could also set the stage for how opponents approach them in upcoming games. Their Warriors have long been a lightning rod for attention. Whether it's officiating decisions that fans feel go against them, or the idea that the league either favors or punishes them depending on the storyline. But this latest NBA decision has fans buzzing louder than ever. One theory that's gaining traction is that the NBA is making adjustments to how the Warriors' style of play is officiated. Think about it. Golden State has been known for spacing, ball movement, and three-point shooting like no other team in NBA history. But with Curry constantly drawing double teams and defenders often playing physically against him, there's been a long-standing debate about whether he actually gets the calls that other superstars get. Some believe the NBA's update could involve a shift in how referees are instructed to handle Golden State's games. If that's the case, it could completely change how opponents guard Curry, how Klay gets his shots, and how Draymond is able to operate defensively. That's the kind of ripple effect that alters the dynamics of an entire season. Another element tied to this shocking update might involve the Warriors' national exposure and the NBA's business interests. Golden State, with Curry as their face, has been one of the league's most marketable teams, and their games bring in massive ratings. But the league also wants to showcase emerging stars and new markets. If the NBA's latest directive has anything to do with the Warriors' prime-time scheduling, broadcast rights, or even international exposure, it would be a stunning shift in how the league markets its teams. Fans in the Bay Area are already reacting, voicing frustration that the NBA may be looking beyond the Warriors as they plan the future spotlight of the league. Beyond the speculation, though, one thing is certain: this update has shaken the locker room. Reports are that players and coaches were informed and had mixed reactions. For Curry, who has always taken everything in stride and focused on controlling what he can, this might be yet another challenge in his legendary career. But for younger players like Kuminga and Moody, who are still trying to find their footing in the league, the idea of suddenly playing under new conditions could be a major adjustment. Coach Steve Kerr, who has been through nearly every scenario imaginable during his tenure, will need to figure out how to keep the group focused on basketball while outside noise grows louder. The fan reaction has been intense. On social media, Warriors fans are voicing everything from outrage to cautious optimism, while rival fan bases are celebrating the idea that Golden State might finally lose some of the advantages they've been perceived to hold. Analysts on major sports networks are debating endlessly what this means for the team's playoff chances, with some suggesting it could derail their hopes and others saying it might actually free them up to playing more fluid basketball. Stephen Curry has always thrived under pressure, and his ability to rise to the occasion is what has defined his career. Every time people have counted him out, he's found a way to prove them wrong. This could be yet another chapter in that story. The question is whether the rest of the team can rise with him. Draymond's leadership, Klay's shooting consistency, and the growth of Kuminga and others will all play a role in how Golden State responds. At the organizational level, this could also push the front office to act more aggressively. General Manager Mike Dunleavy Jr. and the ownership group are already under pressure to make the right moves to keep this team competitive. If the NBA's shocking update changes the calculus on how the Warriors are viewed or treated, it might force their hand in making trades, resigning decisions, or even considering a different direction in building around Curry. And that's why this story isn't just about one team. It's about the continued evolution of an era that refuses to fade quietly into the night. This is the kind of news that reminds us why the NBA is as much about storylines and drama as it is about basketball. For the Warriors, the challenge has never been bigger, but neither has the opportunity. And if history is any indication, Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors aren't about to let a shocking NBA update define them. They're about to write their own response on the court,